Dude, this is wild. This is wild and I'm loving it. I did not expect Horizon to, like, go this hard. Nowhere was I expecting, like, space travel to be relevant and, like, immortals and stuff like that. Like, they've gone so, like, it sounds so out there. Like, if you had been thinking, like, after playing Zero Dawn, you're like, you know what I bet they're gonna do next? They're gonna bring in space immortals who are gonna try and, like, reset the Earth or whatever. You would have been like, that's crazy, man. That's going way too far. Like, if Zero Dawn was, like, it was pretty crazy, the stuff that they did with, like, rebirthing the world and all that. But they're not gonna go that hard with it. They did. They went that hard. Also, now I'm worried that this, that Beta, I want to believe that because she's a clone of Elizabeth, even though, like, she and Aloy aren't the same, and they aren't Elizabeth straight up, they just have the same gene structure, but, like, how you're raised is relevant. I'm hoping that at her heart, she's a good person, and she's on our side now. Another part of me is like, yo, this chick is planning herself here to betray us, which is, worrisome.
So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them?
They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource, every industry. Gerard commands them. He's the one who decided to set up a base. The others, Eric, Tilda, Verbena, they resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says.
Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab.
He enjoys hurting people.
Yeah, I know.
Tilda? Tilda is the name of the chick that was talking to Elizabeth, and Elizabeth sounded upset about them, like, souring.
You mentioned the Zenith set up a base here on Earth. Where is it?
Off the coast, I think. Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone. I couldn't see anything outside. But I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine wars. It must be impregnable.
What's inside the base?
Launch facilities, so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit. Plus infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met?
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space, other survivors of the colony.
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened?
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
The Zeniths never told you any details.
They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius.
Guess they survived old age too. How did you escape the Zeniths?
Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run, I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. But then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed Eluthia's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity.
You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Eluthia. What did you do, exactly?
Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me.
The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
Baina's dead? How did they bypass her shield?
I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape?
Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Eluthia back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission. Then I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
And the Gaia root kernel?
I told them I could capture Eluthia faster if I had it with me, and they believed me.
Well done. You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing?
The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship. An updated version of the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it?
That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access.
You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database, before Ted Faro purged it.
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
To have all that knowledge, just out of reach. Must have been frustrating.
Chat, who is Aspasia? I know who Aristotle is. Who's Aspasia? Someone in chat tell me.
Alright, I think that's enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or...?
So how long? You know, your plan. How long before Gaia's fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
You don't need to know that.
Did you know?
Optimal strategy, so?
Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Gaia's powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Don't tell her that!
You don't have Hephaestus already?
Gaia's still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single location, of course not!
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are.
You were supposed to be further along by now!
Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find this place and take me back. This was all for nothing.
They're not going to find us. Gaia's using Minerva to mask our location.
What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything. Everyone. They're gonna die.
Hey. Calm down. You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. Computer science, physics, biology, chemistry.
Okay. Well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia. I'll check on you later.
Try not to have a nervous breakdown again, please.
How'd it go?
Her injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming here. Feeling might be mutual.
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
She clearly isn't on the Zenith side. Or, chat, she's a really good actor. Never let your guard down. Trust no one, not even yourself. Very applicable in this moment. We need to talk to Varl and Zoe, but let's I've got like 10-ish minutes left. Lone Wolf, really fast answer me. Is this going to take longer than 10 minutes to talk to Gaia right now, or can I get away with it? Can I get away with talking to Gaia within 10 minutes? Yes or no? Dude, we loved chocolate. The old ones loved chocolates. Yeah, she could be a sleeper agent, chat. Who knows? Lone Wolf isn't answering me. I'm losing time of my 10 minutes the longer I take to go up here and press triangle. I'm gonna go up here and hit triangle, and then Lone Wolf is gonna say, no, this is a 30-minute event.
Aloy, I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped a Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment, I will scan it.
Exactly what I said happened. Lone Wolf said this might take too long. Oh no.
Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced, comparable to Zenith technology, but not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands. Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Gotta be Silence.
Silence.
Yeah, I gotta be.
Based on your data on him, that is my conclusion as well.
And he's not gonna cooperate with us. Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zenith got Aletheia, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged. The 2 remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Right. One problem at a time. Well, I guess I better get back out there.
I wish you luck on your search.
Right.
Oh, that was only like 2 minutes
I
long.
guess we won't be making use of Cylon's weapon.
Recovered beta, let's go.
And now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us. But I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more subfunctions to get.
A side mission in the base? I have 9 skill points. Wait a minute, what, you got anything new to tell us, Gaia? I got a couple of minutes left. Let's try and talk to you.
Back, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy. What would you like to discuss?
Oh my word.
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So you could build an army of machines. Attack the Zeniths and take them out.
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve human life above all.
This is a bunch of repeat.
Once I could design, but given the nature of the Far Zenith threat, doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however, that no matter how aggressive... Indeed.
Yeah, repeat text.
The missing subordinate functions.
Artemis rewilded
Yeah.
Aletheia was
Yeah.
capturing a new Apollo and disseminating. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data...
Really hate that guy.
Huh?
Understandable. He appears to...
All 3 of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density, empowering my overall function. Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far Zenith, attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base. But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
Indeed, we will.
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life on Earth. Start over, so they can build it how they want.
Further supporting our hypothesis.
But why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it was?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary conditions in their colony on Sirius. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
Turning Earth into a new Sirius. Their own personal playground. So the Zeniths are the same people who left Earth. Physically immortal. How'd they figure it out?
From what we know of Far Zenith, it is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena. Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. Do you know anything about them?
Unfortunately, no. My personal database is limited to those who worked on Zero Dawn. Additionally, it appears Far Zenith was quite secretive about their members. Only one, Oswald Dahlgard, was ever publicly known.
Right. He was the spokesperson back at their old launch facility.
Not the Peter guy.
What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades.
Think this
It
is
made
repeat.
every subordinate function self-aware.
I have wondered this so far as I can tell, and the partial sentience imparted to...
A signal that precise would... How could the Zeniths know that?
From the records on your focus, it appears Far Zenith had an informant during the development of Zero Dawn.
Hank Shaw. But Elizabeth and Travis Tate...
What if Travis Tate is the final villain? He's still alive.
It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge despite his failure.
Yeah, okay.
So from what Beta told me, I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounters with them amply demonstrate, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field.
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon the rebels used stripped their shield somehow.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has a... While we lack the anti-shielding weapon, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize it to create a large force of combat machines, no shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
1 billion Thunderjaws, go! Attack!
So, I guess Beta's here to stay. I gave her a focus. Told her to talk to you to see if she can help. She's... not what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Someone more helpful, I guess. And less pessimistic.
It is true, she overestimated our progress. However, it is also worth noting that her confidence in your abilities emboldened her to escape the Zeniths.
I guess so.
Give her time. She may yet come around.
Maybe. She might still be an enemy spy. I doubt it, but I never discount the possibility.
When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising.
What a shock.
I
All
should
right.
be going.
Goodbye, Aloy.
Cool. There's a third clone. The name needs to start with C, Aloy, Beta, and then C something. Carl, yeah, Carl. My favorite Elizabeth Sobek clone, Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron.
It's a little loud, Aaron.
Dude, Aaron.
It makes you want to punch something.
Aaron is such a frat boy, I love him.
Someone. You're the one that helped me find it. People make mistakes.
Zoe has a side quest for us, which is really interesting, but we are out of time for today. Digimon event is going to start in about 23 minutes, so I am going to go ahead. Is this the eastern exit? Yeah. Gonna go out here in hard save real quick. Moose Sniffer, thank you for subbing to tier 1 for 14 months. Greatly appreciate it, brother. Thank you for the support. Are we putting our hopes up for some nice Digimon content today? No, I have no hope whatsoever. I haven't had hope in Bandai treating the Digimon name, like, kindly since, like, 2020. All right, but there it is. Dude, this game is amazing. This game is so good. I can't, I'm maybe halfway through the game, if I'm even halfway through the game. I already can't imagine another game being released this year that will be more fun and amazing to me than this game. I cannot wait to see where we go. The worst part is we have so much side content to do that's gonna be good and fun, and I can't wait to do it, but I just want to know everything that happens in the story. I'm so dang curious, but I'm like, I can't just do the next main mission next stream. I gotta get some of this side content done, otherwise we're gonna have to do all of it at the very end, which would be terrible. But that is going to be all for today. For those of you watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to try and catch these streams live in the future, link to my Twitch channel description. I'd love to see you there. Otherwise, I'll catch you on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and until next time, farewell.